Hello, friends and family, and welcome to the first ever Life at My 40 Presents Nora Reviews. And today we have a very wonderful review. If you haven't seen it yet, just go ahead, go to Netflix, and you seriously need to watch their adaptation on The Umbrella Academy. I promise you that you are in for a wild ride. If you are like me, that is a complete nerd, and you love time traveling, you love alternate universe, you really love a story with complex characters, I think this series right here, that's what you're looking for. Yes, this series is for you, let me tell you. The series were done by Netflix. They haven't said anything about having a second season yet. I don't know if by the time this video goes out, the front runners or even Netflix are going to say if there is going to be a second season or not. Me personally, I would love to see a second season of this series. It promises a lot. Now, these are 5 reasons to go and watch The Umbrella Academy. Now, if you are a purist like myself and you have read the comic book first and now you're coming to see The Umbrella Academy, let me tell you, this is an adaptation. It's not going to confirm exactly how it happened, how the events happen in the comic books. There are some things that are going to be changed. I'm not going to spoil it for you, and maybe you have already done it, or maybe there are other videos out there that have already done it. But if this is your first time and you haven't watched it, then I'm not going to say anything of this sort. But these are 5 reasons you're gonna love The Umbrella Academy, and you will thank me, and you will go ahead and watch it. Okay, the first one is the alternate universe, and I love a good story with parallel universe or alternate universe out there. For those of us who grew up on the Twilight Zone or Doctor Who from the very beginning, let me tell you, if you love that kind of topics, you are going to love The Umbrella Academy, because you're not going to see a lot of technology, even though you're going to see technology that is like for that particular universe. But you're not gonna see like a lot of cell phones or whatever. You're gonna see a lot of payphones. You're gonna see the TV is gonna have like that kind of a retro feeling to it. You know what? This universe reminds me a lot of Watchmen. And if you haven't seen Watchmen, it is on Netflix. Go ahead and check out the movie. It's also based on a comic book that was done by Dark Horse, and let me tell you something, it's completely worth it. It's gonna give you that Watchmen vibe, if you know what I'm talking about. Really, it's completely out there. The second thing is that the time traveling was done right this time around. Number 5 is one of the children that has the ability of time travel, and the beauty of this is that since he does this when he's 13, his powers are not fully mature yet, even though he thinks that he can. And so he goes ahead and starts time jumping until he goes to the future. The beauty of it is that he comes back to his timeline in the body of a 13-year-old, but with the knowledge of a 58-year-old. And it's so hilarious to see his 58-year-old self in the body of a 13-year-old, and everybody treating him like a kid when inside he is not. Whoever they chose to do number 5 for this series, I have to say you did a wonderful job with the casting. It couldn't have been better, for real. Number 3, complex characters. This is not a series that you can sit down with your whole family. If you have small children or between the twins, I don't think this is a good idea to watch it with them. If they are fully mature enough and you allow it, then so be it. Just go ahead and enjoy it with the rest of the family. However, the characters, I love them because they might have superpowers, but they're human with emotions. Luther, for example, that's number 1 and the leader of the pack. He has all these pent up feelings. of being loyal to a father that was so distant to him, but on the other hand, he has romantic feelings for number 3, Alison Hargreaves. Which, to be honest, I found that a little bit creepy. No, they grew up together. They're like siblings, but I understand that they know that they come from different mothers, and Reginald Hargreaves was not their father. So that's the reason why maybe they kind of developed this. But for me, it was kind of like, and sort of like that. And then you have Klaus, who doesn't know how to cope with his gift. That's the reason why he starts doing drug at a young age, because he wants to shut down whatever he's feeling. We see the way Mr. Hargreaves treated them, because his only objective was for them to save the world, was for them to become their better self. But I don't think he did a good job out of it. And so far, they became adults with all these kinds of situations that they don't know how to behave or how to act around them. For that alone, you should go ahead and watch The Umbrella Academy. Number 4, the secondary plots. I haven't seen a lot of videos talking about the secondary plots, so this is a series that has done something that not a lot of series do. Usually, when you start seeing something, the secondary plots are there to help further the main plot, or they become so out of whack that there could be a time where the secondary plot and the main plot are two different things, and maybe sometimes the secondary plot will take precedence from the main plot. But this time around, the balance between the two was so beautifully done that you didn't know which was the main one or which was the secondary one, and they help each other to push the series to the cliffhanger at the end of the series. And I have to say, it was wonderfully done, and this couldn't have been done either with the foundation that they had in the comic. I'm so happy that the producers did go that route. Chacha and Hazel, and somebody can correct me on this one, because I just started to read the comic. Usually it's the other way around. Usually you read the source first and then I see the series, but this time around it was all the way backwards. I saw the series first, and now is when I'm going into the comic lore. But I think Chacha and Hazel do come in on the second installment of the series, which is The Umbrella Academy Dallas. But they integrated them on this one. They also integrated Agnes, because Agnes, I think it was seen on the second part of it. It was beautifully done. I have to say that those two stole the show. It was fantastic to see them and to interact and to see them going into the angst of the story. And last but not least, we need more Klaus and Ben. I have to say this, Klaus and Ben were, for me, the highlight of the series, alongside with Pogo and Grace. That's Pogo right there. Even though Pogo and Grace were secondary characters, they were so... They wrote them in a way that they were relevant to the story. And without them, the Umbrella Academy wouldn't have been the same. Klaus, we need more of Klaus, let me tell you. Such a character. He has so much richness in him. And you did so well in the casting of the people who were playing these characters, because I couldn't see other people playing them except them. The interactions between Ben and Klaus were fantastic. At some point, you could feel that Ben is kind of like a Jiminy Cricket to Klaus, and that, in the end, permits that Klaus can open up and sober up so much that Ben can manifest through him. But I'm not going to give you more, because I know I'm going to be spoiling it. For me, this series, with some points alongside that I'm not going to bring up, because I want you to be the own judge of this. For me, this series was an 8.5 out of 10. It ended up in a cliffhanger, and I can honestly say that if they decide to do a second season, I'm going to be completely happy about this, to see how everything resolves at the end of the second season, and I hope that they do. If you haven't seen the Umbrella Academy, I strongly suggest that you do. If you are a comic lover just like I am, go ahead and buy the comic, read it, make comparisons. If you have already seen the series, go ahead and drop a comment in the section down below. I would like to read your opinions, and I would like to start a conversation. And this will be the first of, I hope, many Nora reviews, and we're gonna start doing this every Wednesday. Not only are we gonna be reviewing series, but also we're gonna be reviewing books and reviewing music as well, live shows if we have the opportunity. And if you would like to see something that you would like us to review, just go ahead. Feel free, drop a comment in the section down below. Let us know what you would like to see on this space that we just created. Until I see you the next time, God bless you. Peace, love, be kind to yourself, take care of yourself, and remember that you are loved. God bless.